I'm Gillian Flynn. I'm the publisher of Gillian Flynn Books under the Zando imprint.
I'm Margot Douaihy, author of Blessed Water with Gillian Flynn Books.
Blessed Water is the second book in the Sister Holiday series, which I am so excited about. And I never want to step on an author's twists and turns and the mystery, so I'm going to let you tell about the storyline.
Blessed Water takes place over 3 acts with 3 days. Good Friday, Saturday, culminating in Easter Sunday. It's really fast, but it's lyrical. It's dealing with obsession and the motifs of trust and distrust and misdirection. So all of that's there in this really kind of swift storm of a mystery.
What would you say drives Sister Holiday?
Sister Holiday is a devout 33-year-old Catholic nun of the Sisters of Sublime Blood. She's also out, she's queer. She straddles, the lines that seem very opposed, but the dichotomies of her life kind of define her. I think she is really fueled by the idea of truth, whatever that is. And so I wanted to really thread the needle with a character who has to live a life that feels very authentic to her and seems completely insane to everybody else around her.
I love that part of her sleuthing and uncovering a mystery mirrors uncovering who she is, her own internal journey. I love your book. I love having a queer character who's also in a genre, because I think it's this exposure for people who, have not had that point of view before.
Genre is a beautiful thing to me. I love being able to trade ideas and tropes as a language that we can speak. So like reimagining a femme fatale, reimagining the lone wolf, reimagining the sleuth who's wisecracking because they're inside, they're terrified. A lot of the original post-war noir and hard-boiled writers were creating these characters because of, internal damage. George Saunders says this a lot, as well as all of the Greek myths. Character reveals plot to me. It's about the consumptive character. It's about the journey. It's about the shadows. It's about the light and dark and the struggle and the smoking and the whiskey. Yes. And I love all of that. Yeah. I love it all.
I mean, you and I have talked about how much those writers have influenced us, and I'll still loop back, and because those characters are so rich. How do you deal with the rampant sexism that is in a lot of those books? And I don't think queer is even mentioned. It just sort of, I don't even know that comes up. Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Ross MacDonald is one of my favorite all the time. And my husband and I will sometimes read them together, and I'll hear him laugh, and he'll read it. He's like, she was pretty much near her expiration date, being almost 40. And he's like,
I try to read in a yes and, thankfully, language evolves, human beings evolve. We have this great opportunity to reimagine this lineage of some of these genres and create new and unexpected places for them to go. And you've talked about this, which I love so much about Gone Girl. You mentioned the surprise to yourself when Amy's just certainly, on the run, as it were. And how character opens up those plot possibilities that can feel almost like a revelation.
What would you say, are in a few words, what I can expect to get out of it, what you are trying to fully emphasize?
I want something that a reader's gonna pick up and want to devour in one sitting. I've also written it in a way that feels like it can be read in real time because of the suspense and the consumptive characters in the book that are desperate to put the pieces together, as well as be so present with one another. Something that you could tear through, something that you could devour, but then also rage when it's done. And also, specifically for queer readers, the idea that there is this home for us, that Sister Holiday is for us, these characters are for us, and in the way that we bring characters into our heart, into our head, and they live with us forever, and they can change us. My life has been changed by reading certain books, and hopefully will, because the characters stay with us. And they're there when we need them the most. You know, I feel that way about Camille Preaker.
Yeah.
The characters who go through down to the abyss and kind of come through with some kind of new information, or not, just maybe scars and they're bloodied at the end, but they're with us. It's very intimate, and it's something I take very seriously and is almost sacred. And every time someone reads the book, they bring Sister Holiday to life. Even though it's a mystery, and even though there's loss and tremendous grief and bloodshed and a bloodbath, that it is actually very life-affirming and life-giving. The bloodbath and the ecstasy.
That's what it's about, baby. That's life.
Bloodbath and the Ecstasy. That's our band name we came up with last time. The Bloodbath and the Ecstasy.